Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm again really excited to share some great stuff with you guys today. This is my model Leah, and we're going to do a nice razor, disconnected razor cut bob. And so with that being said, let's get started. Looking forward to it. So Leah, you like what we have, and you're enjoying it. So continue with the same thing, and
Sure.
I'm going to texture it like we normally do. Same thing, because it is a really beautiful cut. I love it. I really love it.
I do too.
We have a lot of fun with it. And so Leah, with you, we know you have extremely healthy hair, and it gets a lot of nice natural oil. So I'm going to use the clarifying mixed with a little bit of the volume shampoo today. All right, so y'all, I'm going to be doing it, once I said before, a nice razor cut bob with some disconnected and texturizer. Give her a nice textured look. She can do whatever she wants with this look. She can have texture, fullness, a lot of movement going on. It's a really nice, soft look. So enjoy. So I'm going to be taking this cut, a center part down the center. Nice clean center. I'm going to take some nice diagonal sections. So it's a little bit longer in the front.
Curtis, how many years have you been cutting hair now?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been doing hair for 35 years, I think. I started in 1984. Had a great apprentice, great teachers. Had been fortunate enough to travel, to Europe,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Sweden, Italy, take some classes.
I feel like the fact that you're an artist just has an impact on your work here too. It carries over.
Yeah, definitely, being an artist and being able to look at shape and form in a different way throughout a two-dimensional surface definitely helps out with styling hair. I look at it in a little bit different of a way, nice sculpting.
I remember going to an art gallery in the area and walking in and seeing your name there, and I was like, hey, I know that guy.
There was a movie here several years ago.
Yeah,
It's called Navy Seals.
Telling me
It's called
about
Navy
that.
Seals, and Joanne Wiley-Kilmer was one of the stars. She's an English actress. She came in, and I was referred to do her hair for that movie, and it was a lot of fun. I went through an interviewing process, and they liked my credibility, and they enjoyed my creative thoughts, and the fact that I was an artist and had some experience with other mediums other than hair. So I think that was one of the reasons why they chose me to work with it. But that was a lot of fun.
Do you have a favorite haircut that you like to do? I mean, you do a bit of everything, right?
Yeah, I like all of it.
So
Really,
you sort of.
Yeah. Leah, what I enjoy the most is getting to know the individual, getting to know you as a guest, understanding what your lifestyle is, how you take care of your hair at home, and then understanding your bone structure, and making decisions from there by collaborating with the thoughts of how you take care of your hair, and your bone structure and hair texture. And I like taking that information and working on strategic ideas to create an individual style just for you. And that's what we're doing here with this nice, you can see how I'm cutting with the softness with the razor. And I'm not particularly interested in having it perfect. I just want to balance, as you can see, as we're getting a nice graduation over here, with this nice soft look that goes with the shape of Leah's head. And she has a nice round head, or sort of like an egg head, which is like a perfect, which is the perfect shape. Which is a very good shape to have a high occipital bone, so as we can create this curved line and graduate it forward to accentuate her bone structure in the front and give her a nice flowing textured haircut with a lot of movement to it. So now I'm going to start to disconnect. You can see this is beginning to get a little bit longer over the underneath. And with that being said, it's going to give it another softness and another dimension. As she styles it, she'll get some texture up here, or she gets some textures down here, and it's disconnected, but it has a visual blend because of the textures done by the razor.
I love that you're always doing something new with your business too, Curtis. Like your products that you came out with. What year was that you started doing that?
Yeah, I decided to come out with our own product so that we can have a little bit more control on what goes in. We're able to work with the chemist on the ingredients, which is really nice because all of our products are made with distilled water, no sulfates, no petrochemicals in it, no formaldehyde, sulfate free. It's just a very nice product. As natural as you can get.
We could give everybody advice about fishing and gardening and recipes.
Yeah,
your tomatoes
I discovered
and
that
cucumbers, right?
Yeah, I discovered that the reason why my tomatoes haven't been ripening in the way they have been is because I planted them next to cucumbers, and cucumbers and tomatoes don't like each other. The cucumbers were taking the nutrients away, so my tomatoes were staying green. So we had a lot of fried green tomatoes last year.
Have you been fishing lately?
I have not been fishing lately, but that's going to happen really soon. As soon as the weather warms up. Well, actually, the fishing's been really good. I talked to a friend of mine, Jeff, who told me that the speckled trouts were still running hard. And Leah, you do like that texture around the face that they do, it breaks
I
up.
do.
And,
yeah, the face shaping is good. I like to be able to wake up in the morning, fix the bit of bed head. I usually use a flat iron to kind of style it out. But it's a very forgiving haircut.
Yeah, you can do a lot with this. You can curl it, you can make it have volume, you can shake it around. You don't have to shampoo it every single day, and you can put some texture sprays in there and give it a lot of movement and texture and some fullness. So. So I'm going to totally put my cucumbers on the other side of the garden this year and grow a lot more tomatoes. Yeah, I believe once you get the basic, fundamental principles down with the haircut, the design you have it finished. It's already finished in my head. So I'm going through the motions. At this point, it's really kind of free-forming because I have my basic, diagonal, graduated, disconnected, sort of soft, layered, razored bob in here. I put my angle a little bit longer in the front, did some diagonal partings, and just kind of free-formed and looked at her bone structure while I was creating these textures and these points here. So it looks more natural. The haircut looks like it grew out of her head. It wasn't put on her head like a hat. And every haircut should look like that the woman's hair just kind of grew out and it looked very natural like that. And we have a lot of fun with this one like that. I kind of look up and see where I want to add a little bit more slide cutting. Just kind of picking it up and feeling it. Just feel it. Once the basic haircut is done, then the creative finishing process starts, and that's what makes each haircut individual to each person is give them that wow factor by designing something that is individual to them. So with that, I'm going to take and blow dry her hair, and we're going to use a little bit of a texture gel to give it a little bit of texture and some volume, not crazy volume, but enough volume so we get some lift. And as I dry it, I'm going to look at her hair and look at the shape and form and see where I need to make some adjustments. And then after I give it some, multifunctional, you can just and it's not how much product you use, it's how you use it. So that's just a little bit, and that's strong enough. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit more off. We don't need a lot of product. The product will help the haircut. It'll definitely work with it. Combination of a good style, a good design, good foundation mixed with finishing it with some nice products, but you want them to work together hand in hand, not one to make the other. And I think that's what makes a really nice shape. So we want to go for a little volume. So you notice that I'm putting my products, started in the back where most of the hair is on the head, and I'm going to comb it through from roots ends, but I made sure I got it at the roots because the roots are going to support the mid shaft, and the mid shaft is going to support the ends. That stands to reason if you want volume, that's what you would do. This is one of the most important things when you're blow drying your hair, styling your hair. A lot of guests don't realize that distributing your products equally to maximize on the efficiency of the purpose of the product is everything. Again, it's not about how much, it's how you use it. Same thing with cutting hair. It's not about how much you take off, it's where you take it off. That makes a difference. All right, so let's get some action going here. Give it a little blow dry. Look at the line over here. I already see I'm going to come back in here on the right side and add a little bit more texture. Bring it up a little bit. Yeah, so one of the things that I'm doing with the blow dryer is directing the air at the roots or the base so that the roots can support the mid shaft, give it some lift and the ends, and then we'll be able to see all this nice texture that we created with the razor, which is softness around her face. And it's a really beautiful look, and I love it. And you can begin to see that it's not even completely dry, but we're starting to get some volume from the texture gel that we've been using, and her hair feels real nice. Touch your hair, Leah. And Leah doesn't like to use a lot of products in her hair, so she's really picky about that. Doesn't feel like I have anything in there, right? See all that softness that I've done. I'll just, it's disconnected, but yet it gives an illusion of, it blends underneath. We get a little disconnect, so we get some texture, but it's very soft and goes with the shape of her head. Now, I'm coming back in and refinishing some things. I'm looking for balance. I'm not looking for perfection. So you'll notice I want a balance with visual balance. Of this is long, this is short, this is medium, this is a little bit longer here, but it has a nice balance on her neck. And it's a softness, it's a natural softness that it creates the look like it grew out of her head like this, in this style. Shake your head. And again, it looks smooth right now, and then I'm going to put a little something in there to give it more fullness and texture. Now we're just doing the finishing touches. We're finishing the painting. We're finishing the sculpture. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking at her bone structure and seeing where I want some softness, accentuate her eyes, accentuate her bone structure, bring out her chin, her neckline, and it's very, very organic, very soft. We like organic, even in our food.
Looks good.
All right, now I'm going to finish it with a little bit of texture. I'm going to use a little bit of dry texture that absorbs some of the oils. It attaches itself to the hair without weighing it down and gives it a wonderful, it's like a dry shampoo volumizing finishing spray, but doesn't make it sticky or tacky or anything. It's pretty cool. Couple of little things down here, but we just let the haircut look beautiful like it is. We got a beautiful model. She lets me do a lot of what I want to do when she comes and gets her haircut. It's really nice. So we've gained a lot of trust.
That's right. I come here to feel glamorous.
Voila. Hey guys, thank you for watching my channel again. We had a lot of fun doing this disconnected, shattered out bob with a razor. Don't forget to subscribe and view and share. We have a lot of more haircuts coming down the road. Some new techniques and some ideas about styling your hair. But I hope you enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to seeing you again.